Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Friday, January 2nd, 2026. Can you believe it? Here we go, and round we go. Gold up $68, and I think it's going to pop here when you're not looking. It already has, but 43.85. Silver price up 2.36 to 73.90. We'll have to take a good look at that chart and see whether we're going to make a lower high or we're going to continue this rally. Silver in the futures market 73.68, although last night we had backwardation again, which is when the spot price, the London spot price of silver, is above the March futures price for the contract, the COMEX contract. Gold-silver ratio 59. 10-year yield 4.15, unchanged. Kind of high, though. Dollar up a little bit to 98.44, but I think it is a dead cat bounce. Copper price is up 3 pennies to 5.74, and I don't think they're going to derail this copper rally. I think you're going to blink and copper is going to be at $7-8. Platinum up $83, been very, very volatile. Congrats to you guys that are sticking that out and working with it. But, platinum hit a high recently of $2,500. Here it is at $2,100. I think anything above $2,000 is a buy on platinum. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. Okay, GDX gold miners took a very big hit the other day when metals sold off. And this is the basket of big gold miners, the GDX. If you want the basket of small gold miners, that would be the GDXJ. That is up 2.2% to 87.66, and I don't think that rally is over. For silver miners are up 3.14% to 86.14, and I don't think that rally is over either, with the all-in sustaining cost of creating silver just a fraction of this price. So the profit margins are going to continue to increase on these miners. But I would suggest, especially for you new guys, if you're getting involved with gold and silver miners, A, buy the ETFs, not the individual stocks, and B, keep your investment very small. You can get hurt horribly in these minor positions. And so far it's been blue sky, but believe me, you can really get hurt there. In the economic calendar, we have S&P final U.S. manufacturing coming out at 8:45 Eastern. I don't think that'll matter much to the markets, which seem to be euphoric today. In the pre-market, we're back to the fear category, just barely in the fear greed index at 44. Dow futures up 190, S&P futures up 37, Nasdaq futures up 235, as people reset for what they hope to be another good year in the stock market. And the last few years have been great years in the stock market, which casts a little bit of doubt on 2026 if you have all your nest egg in, in stocks. Bitcoin, 89,414, up 755. I think they're going to sneak it higher on you here. Not that I think it's a good investment. Here we go at the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com, all totally free. Welcome, new members, subscribers, and people just passing by. Hey, the question of the day today is, after you give me a thumbs up, is, are you new here? I would love to hear from all new people watching the website, watching the videos every morning. I do these most every morning, very, very early in the morning after I have updated the website. I post on the website when I update it. It's only once a day that I can do this, going through all the listings. Today I updated it at 4:44 a.m. Pacific time. Yes, I am an early riser, and luckily I don't need much sleep. So, but if you're new here, let me know, and I'll try to cater some content to newer subscribers. What we do on this website is we search out the best prices anywhere on the internet. No FOMO here. No, there's nothing going on here except for shopping. And if you're shopping, if you're buying, well, here is a good place to take a look for the best deals on the internet. and then I will give you my tips and tricks to get even better deals. And we'll talk about selling a little bit as well, because there is a time to buy and there is a time to sell. So again, if you're new, let me know you're new. I'd like to say hi. Okay, let's get on to the deals. And don't forget your $50 bonus at Rakuten. It's absolutely free. Everything there is free. They're going to give you money when you shop at places like Chewy or Walmart, etc. It's not really a precious metals thing, but who doesn't want $50 free? If you signed up, you have to spend that first $50 to get that $50 back. And that's all good. Let's do 1/100th gold. Itty bitty gold is very expensive, just so you know. $54 at SD Bullion, best price I can find for 1/100th gold. And don't sneeze on it, it'll blow away. 1 gram of gold is $169 at Summit Metals, probably a little better investment. People often, have to decide if they want it out of assay or in assay. There is a premium for that little piece of plastic there because it gives people peace of mind. Not that they don't fake the assay cards as well. Let's do a 1/10th gold eagle here. Oh, and there's a new customer deal there for 1 gram of gold as well that new guys ought to take advantage of. You ought to take advantage of all the new customer deals at all the 10 or 20 bullion sites that are all reputable and just pick up. You could probably pick up, I don't know, a 1/4 ounce of gold and 30, 40 ounces of silver at spot if you search out all the new customer deals. And I have some of those links on my website. Or if you want, just ask me. You can always email me at losinglouis@yahoo.com. And if you join the membership at $4.99 a month, I will definitely try to help you any way I can. Okay, 1/10th gold eagle, $4.89 at Monument Metals. Huge premium on that particular coin. 1/10th gold maple, about the same price over at Safe Haven Metals, and that is a very slow website. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and I'm done waiting. Okay, Safe Haven Metals, go away. Let's do a 0.1106 gold ducat. 507, very near spot here at APMEX, and you don't often find anything near spot at APMEX. And if you shop there regularly, you're literally throwing your money away because they have the highest prices in the industry. However, they have the best customer service in the industry. So if that makes you nervous buying gold and silver, you can buy there and they'll cater to you because they like your money. Okay, but in this case, you can get a 0.11 ounce of gold, foreign gold, which is a 1 Austria ducat. Beautiful coin. And again, you have to decide, do you want U.S. gold or do you want foreign gold? Do you want generic gold? Do you want generic gold in assay? Do you want coins? Do you want rounds? There are advantages and disadvantages to each of those. We'll try to go through some of those. Okay, let's go on to a 1/4 ounce gold eagle, also very pricey, even at the cheapest price on the internet, 1,156 at Monument Metals. Take a look at their buyback price. They don't display it here. It is terrible. Okay, so you're going to pay up for these gold eagles and you're going to get dinged when you try to sell it. That's what I call the buy-sell spread. Here are random sovereign coins, probably non-US coins. 1,127 for random 1/4 ounce sovereign modern numismatics. They are not old numismatics like a ducat. They are modern numismatics. They typically are 999 fine. 10-gram gold in assay, and we show the metric here because Americans hate metric, and you can often get it cheaper than you can conventional ounces. 1,463 at Safe Haven Metals in assay. Half-ounce gold eagle over at Monument Metals is 2,272. Getting cheaper as we get up in size, so save up your money and buy the bigger sizes. Here we got a half-ounce gold maple, and that is Safe Haven Metals, 2,282 at Safe Haven Metals. Good stacking coin there. We'll go to a 1-ounce gold eagle, 4,490 against a spot price of 4,405. Is that the spot price at bullion exchanges? No, it is not. It is a number. All of these numbers up here at bullion exchanges, JM Bullion, SD Bullion, APMEX, Provident Metals, etc. Most of the gigantic dealers make up their own spot price. The real spot price of gold and silver are over at Kitco. All right, so at Kitco, the spot price is 4,389. Keep that in mind when you're buying. They lie about the spot price. They have their own internal formula that is a combination of moving averages, future prices, spot price, and whatever the hell they feel like doing at the moment. So you're actually wherever I was. That was my point. Okay, let's keep going here. Gold Buffalo, about 50 bucks more. If you want the penultimate beautiful 4 9s gold coin, United States gold sovereign coin, modern 4 9s gold, it is 4,549. And if you fly first class, then you'll want a Buffalo. But they're pricey. Okay, and let's go on to over at Walmart. Definitely click the Walmart link. People are picking up the 5% Walmart credit card, getting 5% on these prices, which are not that much different than what I'm showing you. They're getting their 5% rebates and works most of the time from what I hear. Could be 3%, could be 5%, so you'll save money shopping on Walmart. I haven't done that for a very long time, ever since they discontinued the old card. But that Walmart Saver One card, I think it is back and is working for most people. If you have doubts about that, get into the chat room and ask the guys there. Let's do a 1 ounce gold Philharmonic. That is Safe Haven Metals. That is 4,468. Is there any difference between a Philharmonic, a Britannia, a Maple, etc.? No, not at all. Quality, and appearance, attractiveness may differ. But no, you can buy any of those. They're interchangeable. Okay, if you want to go with pre-33 gold, you can get a double eagle. That is not a full ounce of gold. Don't be fooled by that. 4,283 for 0.9675 ounces of historic pre-33 gold. It is not popular right now, but it is beautiful. The $10 gold eagle, which is less than a half ounce of gold, is also something with a pretty decent premium on that. Go to sell it at your LCS, you probably get 2% back a spot. A Krugerrand is very near spot, also at Safe Haven Metals. Not as cheap as they used to be, but 4,004. That's actually kind of pricey, 4,442. $60 premium on a Krugerrand is more than I'd want to pay, but they've been around for decades. That's a good foreign stacking coin. A 20 franc, if you're buying fractional foreign gold, not a bad choice at $8.37 over at Silver Gold Bull. And I have shopped at all these places, and they all deliver. They don't always all deliver beautiful coins. Sometimes you get disappointed, and usually you don't. Okay, the 3rd ounce platinum is still there at $7.39 if you want itty bitty platinum. Well, actually not itty bitty, but certainly cheaper than a 3rd ounce of gold. If you want a full platinum coin, that is over at Golden Eagle. That's a good outfit as well. 2,265 for 1 platinum maple. I'm sorry if I said eagle. And that is a good stacking coin, but buy-sell spread on that is pretty high. I tend to invest in platinum more so in the paper markets. PPLT is where you can trade that if you want to. The pricing error has been fixed over at the United States Mint. You could have had these for $2,300 a couple days ago. Many people bought those, and they raised the price. The 25-gram platinum pack, which we were buying at $1,200. I forget what the price on that was. Anyway, $22.46 if you believe in fractional platinum. And a Silver Eagle this morning. And you new guys, avoid the gold backs. Just, avoid the gold backs. But a lot of people love them. So I just, I think you're hunting in the wrong patch there if you're buying gold backs for gold content. $80 for Silver Eagle over at Safe Haven Metals. Everything I show you will be brilliant uncirculated unless I say otherwise. There are 2 flavors of coins, brilliant uncirculated, which means perfect, because when you go to sell them, the buyer will expect them to be perfect. You want to make sure they're perfect. There's no hazing, spotting, contact marks, tarnish. Then you want to vacuum seal those coins for the future, because you may not sell these until they're selling for $120, and you want them to be perfect. The other flavor of Silver Eagle is cull, which is, in my opinion, anything below perfect. All right, and here are some blemished eagles, and milk spots cannot be removed. So they're cull, okay, and they can be, a friend of mine bought some eagles that were fire damaged. They're still cull. He did clean them up, and now he's got cull eagles that he bought for under market. So So nothing wrong with cull eagles, crappy, beat up, colorized, whatever. But here's a $2 difference between what I'm calling cull over at Bullion Express. They're calling them blemished, but expect them to be messed up. And nothing wrong with stacking cull eagles. Huge market for cull eagles. My caution light and red light is still on. I think silver is dangerous here. We want to look at the chart and see if we can make a higher high rather than a lower high. So far, jury's out on that. Downside, mid 60s at this point. Upside, well, shoot, $100, right? But we got to get past 83 to get back up to 100. And there are battles going on, and there are lots of dirty tricks being played by the COMEX and lots of fake videos coming out from China trying to convince you to put all your money into silver today. Do not do that. Do not put more than 20% of your money into precious metals. 20% is a reasonable allocation, both in your stock portfolio and in your personal stack. Or combined, I guess, you could look at that as well. So, but you get over that, you cashing out your 401k. Ask Salivate Metals about that, and how he regretted when he did that years and years ago. Now he's even now, and he's even up. But you're gonna, sit out the stock market for 10 years while silver stays between 50 and 80. That could happen. That could actually happen. Gold, on the other hand, I am quite bullish on, and I think it's just going to move higher. And my theories on these two things are very, very different. And again, this is not financial advice. This is my opinion. This is information that you will not hear anywhere else. There's a lot to be said about YouTube. It's my primary news vehicle, but I have found people that are credible, that I trust, and I listen to all different opinions. When you get onto a video of someone who is just pumping and pumping hard, okay, in the tone of their voice, in what they're saying, in the targets that they're giving you, realize that you have got a one-way video. Okay, and the only way those videos go is euphoric and up on YouTube. You seldom see the balanced approach. You seldom see someone saying be cautious. And some of us that have been around for a decade or more know that being cautious makes sense. If you buy silver at $85 and then you could have bought it a month from now at 65, how are you going to feel about that? If you're a long-term stacker and you don't care and you're buying, with a 10 to 30 year time horizon, then maybe it doesn't matter. But I don't know anybody ever that bought silver on the last run up to $50 that didn't feel like shit when silver went back down to 15. I don't know anybody who didn't regret that. So be careful who you're listening to, and I have huge respect for channels that give you a balanced viewpoint of that. I was watching Ravenhawk Coins the other night, and he's an old friend of mine. He used to live out here in California. And, he said it. He said, be careful. Other channels are saying jump in with both feet, and they're giving all the stories that everybody is giving, which may be credible, but take some advice from people who have a balanced approach. Salivate Metals always has had a balanced approach. He's a little bit on the downside most days, okay? I don't think he actually, he doesn't want to talk you into buying silver and gold. I do want to talk you into buying silver and gold for the long term, but I don't want you to get hurt in the market manipulation. Somebody like a Ravenhawk Coins is substantially decent person. Other people that are going for the clicks and pumping the big dealers who charge too much, by the way, be very careful of those guys. Get a balanced approach. What moves the market? The 10-year yield, the dollar, the structural deficit, the nonsense between futures and spot price, the ETFs, the big bullion banks, the government. All these things move the price of metals, and they go both directions. So that's my little caution statement there. Thank you for listening to my public service announcement. And I'm euphoric as well. I love it, but I also think there's a time to buy silver, there's a time to buy gold, there's a time to trade, and there's a time to sell. You want to pay off your mortgage like I'm trying to do right now? Sell some. But don't be selling your gold. Be selling your silver, guys. GSR is 60. Remember when it was 114 and nobody was doing anything because they thought silver was shit? Okay, if you think silver is, just the golden child and can't do any wrong and will only make you money, and 9 out of 10 stackers, I kid you not, think it's going to $100 and above, take that warning signal as a contrarian indicator. All right. So there you go. Maybe I talked you out of buying silver today. Here we go. Let's do silver maples. Silver maples are $79.80 over at BGASC. I don't like the company, but that's not a bad listing. Here is Provident Metals for what I'm going to call cull maples. They bury it in the narrative. When you're buying, be sure you're buying what you think you're buying. That looks like a beautiful maple. You read down here in the language, and they say they could have contact marks and all kinds of crap wrong with them. I'm going to call that cull. I'm going to call those cull. $78.80 for a maple, the number 2 coin in the world over at Provident Metals. Provident Metals owned by JM Bullion. JM Bullion owned by the A-Mark Borg. So shop where you want. Some of the little guys. They're just more on our side. Silver Kangaroo over at Safe Haven Metal is a very slow website, 78.79. Sometimes Kangaroos spot though. Philharmonic is kind of the unloved sovereign silver, 79.08 at Monument Metals. They spot as well. All these coins can spot, except for the maple, which has shield guard, and that does differentiate it. It's probably made with beautiful Canadian, virgin silver, and B, they have shield guard, and I would say the Royal Canadian Mint makes the best bullion coin in the world. Okay, so not a bad choice. And when Eagles have a $10 premium, Maples will have a $7 premium. It's like that. And then everything else will be 4 or 5. And junk will be positive, not like today. What do I want to show you here? Costco, everybody buying on Costco. And I do like the gold offerings they've had lately. Here we go with gold. Don't buy big gold, guys. 4,429. Oh, look at that. They got a gold eagle at 4,499. $70 premium on the gold eagle. Yeah, not bad, not bad. If you buy a $4,500 gold eagle, here's what you're going to do. $4,500, your price is going to be 96% of that, 0.96, because you have an executive club membership, which costs $130, and you got a 2% rebate Visa card. Wells Fargo is a good card for that. $43.20 out the door. You're going to be under spot of $43.89. This is a outstanding deal. Right there. Outstanding deal. And if you want to go cheap, you can get the gold bar, the little elephant bar, even cheaper. You should buy that right now. I can pound the table on gold because I really, really think there are different dynamics going on between gold and silver. And I won't get into that right now. Silver is a trading metal. Gold is a holding metal. Let's keep going here. That's Costco. That's a winner right there. Do that right now. You can click off. Don't even give me a thumbs up. Just go to Costco and buy that. Okay, be sure you have that executive club membership. The junk deals are ripoffs. Okay, don't click any of those junk 90% junk deals. We're getting $5 to $10 back on junk the way we buy it on eBay. Silver below spot over at Bullion Exchanges is going to be terrible. It's just terrible deals. 1 ounce rounds are $77.64 over at Golden Eagle. Can you believe? That's the cheapest I can find. There is a spot deal I'll show you in a minute with spot at what, 74? Ridiculous premium. Absolutely ridiculous. And that's the cheapest. You want to know what they're charging over at APMEX? The best dealer in the world, right? Silver round. Silver 1 ounce round. This is why you new guys need to be very, very. Look what they're charging for a buffalo, guys. And buffaloes, you try to sell those, they're going to give you $7 back. If you buy this here at 84, they're going to try to pay you 65 when you sell it to them. Do not do this. Do not go to the tried and true dealers. You have got to shop. I do not want you to take a 15-20% haircut because you picked the wrong coin. For God's sakes, don't shop at the wrong place and don't buy the wrong silver. But, you know, if you want it for 77, there it is. 10-ounce bars, I mean, these are all in the 77s. It's just way too much. The 10-ounce deal at Spot, where the heck did it go? Random silver at Spot. Here's the good one. Okay. And you new guys, actually, you don't even have to be new. Anybody can pick this up at Bullion Express. Not a company I really shop at, but $7.42 for random 10 ounce. You'll probably get some weird 10 ounce coin or some bar, a Frosty the Snowman bar or some weird thing. You definitely won't get a Sunshine Mint bar or a Johnson Matthey bar. I'll promise you that. I'll eat my hat if they send you something like that. Okay, I pointed out the other day that shot is good stacking material. It is not, it doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy like holding that 10-ounce bar, but here are 20 ounces of shot for $15.72 over at Scottsdale Mint. The dealers will not pay you $7 back on a jar of shot. So if you take your emotion out of it and you just want to stack jars of shot, that has got a decent buy-sell spread, very similar to a Silver Eagle. You buy a Silver Eagle for $3 over spot, you can sell it back for $2 back a spot. As opposed to those Buffalo rounds, which everybody stacks and everybody is getting ripped off right now that wants to sell them. Kilo, way too expensive over at Monument Metals at $24.78. And a 100-ounce bar is probably no better. 100-ounce bar, I forgot to check it this morning actually, is $76.84 for a 100-ounce bar. If silver goes to 100, where are you going to sell that? So I think it's time to kind of start backing off the 100-ounce bars, guys, and certainly not at $2-3 over spot. I don't know. I think we got a good long while before we see $100 silver. That's just what I think. If you're going to buy that kilo, you might as well get the kilo kook for $24.70 over at SD Bullion. It's got collector value. And over at the U.S. Mint, if you're doing stack electing or flipping or just investing in numismatics, 2026 will be a banner year. Here's the stuff I'm subscribed to if you're interested in that. And yes, I do flip on eBay. All right, I promised you a look at the silver chart. I think this is important right here. A lot of people are on the horns of a dilemma on whether to buy more, to hold tight, to sell some, trade for gold, etc. This is the SLV ETF, so don't get confused by the prices. But I want you to take a look at this chart. Now, I'm not an expert at charting or technical analysis, but I take a pragmatic approach to this and a thumbnail approach. And I'm looking at this chart. And this chart for silver, this is SLV. Don't buy SLV. If you're going to buy a paper silver ETF, buy PSLV. I think SLV will go force majeure at some point, and everybody's going to get cashed out in cash. That may be the way they solve the structural deficit. I mean, imagine what happens if all the millions of ounces in SLV are all given to JP Morgan to satisfy the structural deficit. Well, silver would be, $50 the next day because they would flood the market with physical silver. Now, I don't think that will happen because I think the United States wants to hoard its physical stock. The last remaining physical stockpile of silver is in the SLV with JP Morgan as custodian. But I do think at some point they'll cash this out and certainly won't give you silver. So PSLV would be a better choice if you're going to play in the paper market. But I'm looking at this chart here, and that chart for right now looks like a top. That would be $83, $84. Now what we have to watch is the bounce. So we had a drop and a positive hammer there on that doji. Then we went up, formed a lower high. Then we came down and formed, well, I guess we should look at the close. But I don't know, we penetrated the previous day's low, then came back up, looked like a very sick little puppy right there. And then now this morning we're rallying again to, oh, where are we? I just got to get the number here. We are at 67.20 on the SLV. Again, this is not silver. 67.20 would put you, oh man, come on, 65. So put you right about there. All right. If we top out today and we head lower, you could bust that $70 level and you could see 65. But I think your downside is probably 65. If we make a higher high, then it's off to 100. But I think it's highly unlikely. What I hope will happen, let's see, I can't seem to get this to shrink. What I hope will happen is that we consolidate in here between 70 and maybe 78 for a month. And then I'll be very positive we're going to higher numbers. But you got to watch. If we break 70, then we're probably going to go quite a bit lower. And if we break 84, we're probably going to go quite a bit higher. I think the odds of either of those happening are pretty low. So right now, we're right about the middle of the range at 73, 74. Let me get on to the deals. Okay, let's get on to eBay. We're going to find better prices using our 3% rebate credit card. As far as I know, and you tell me if I'm wrong about this, the PayPal credit card, when you check out through PayPal, and only when you check out through PayPal, will give you 3% cash back. The American Express Everyday Cash Card, when you check out through PayPal and default to that in your PayPal account, will pay you 3% cash back. If that's not working for you, let everybody know, but it has been working for months and months, maybe years now. So definitely pick those cards up, but you got to check out through PayPal, default to PayPal in your account settings. Okay, let's shop for Silver Eagles. This link here will sort them from lowest to highest. If you click that link, and then we look for the first roll. Here is Culls at 1638. Not a bad price on those. Here are, oh, look at this. Star Privy BU Eagle 1650. Wow, how about that? He is a mid-sized seller, 100% feedback, $7 shipping. Star Privy, 1650. He's got two of them available. I'll tell you right now, that's a good price on those. They're paying up at the dealers for the Star Privy. Pick those up. If you don't, I will. Okay, damn. Wow, home run right off the bat. And here's a roll of BU. He'll take a best offer. 1660 with a best offer. Now make your best offer 1600. You get 5 chances. If he doesn't respond, you could go 1620, 1640. If he doesn't respond, buy them at 1660. That's a great deal with your 3% rebate right there. Okay, home run on the Eagles. I don't even need to go to the big lots. Silver Maples, we're going to do a tube of 25. Oh, here's a tube of 20. No, 25. What is this? He's awfully cheap here. He is a big seller, good feedback. $21 shipping puts you at 2021. Good deal. Here's a math. Oh my God, the links are working today. 2021, because people have the old pricing. Divided by 25. Your first price is 80.84 times 0.97 with those good credit cards. You'll be out the door at 78.41 for Maples. They're old. They're pre-shield guard, but they look okay, don't they? Home run. Click any of these links here. Britannias, Kangaroos, Philharmonics, Krugerrands. Buy what's cheapest. But the Maple is a good choice. But recognize Shield Guard did not come into existence until the mid-2010s. They were known for spotting prior to that. But if they haven't spotted in 15 years, probably aren't going to spot. Let's do junk. Here's where we're scoring big. And premiums will come back on junk, in my humble opinion. Let's see. We're going to skip the $2 face. We're going to go to $10 face because it absorbs the shipping charges for the seller. That'll be 51.6. That'll be 50 out the door. What is the dealer charging? Dealer is charging best price on the internet. Is it 50 times face? What do you think? What do you think? Right here, cheapest price on the internet. It's 51.70 times face. So that is about a $2.50 difference between what the dealer is charging and you can buy what you can buy it for on eBay right there. They're just quarters, but that's well under spot, so you can buy that. There's only one of those. What else they got? Got anything fun? Oh, Mercs. I love my Mercs. This listing is ended. Okay, somebody bought that fast. Yeah, you want junk that's easy to sell? Buy Mercs. You pay up 50 cents or $1. It's well worth it. But do not get the slicks and do not buy from Liberty. Here we got $10 face Franklin's. Oh, here's Grandpa Silver. Okay, somebody pulled these out. Look at this. They displayed them so pretty here, didn't they? Those are nice looking coins, and those walkers are not bad looking walkers either. What are you? You're a mid-sized seller, 100% feedback. He gave up trying to sell his silver to the LCS at $10 back, and here he is selling it here at 52, 53. You could literally offer him $500. I bet he would take it, and then you'd get a deal, and he would get out of his junk. Nice looking junk right there. That's a nice looking listing. Why buy quarters when you can buy Franklins and you can buy walkers? I usually don't like the walkers. They usually come slick, but this guy is straight up. He's showing you exactly what you're buying there, and he's a good seller. I love listings like this. Now, I would not be selling my junk right here. I'm putting away my junk. I am trading, some other stuff. I have been trading. I'm just about done with the trading and the selling. But I'm not trading out my junk, and I'm not, selling, my Eagles. Although I did sell a couple tubes of Eagles. I sold my Star Privies. Got a good price on those. I sold some 2025s, got a great price on those, like I told you guys. 2025, lowest mintage year at the U.S. Mint in like 10 or 20 years. Anyway, there's nuance in what you buy and what you sell. Let's do 40%. Where did my 40% go? Where did my 40% go? There it is, way down there. Now, you really have to believe in junk to buy 40%, but here you can get 40% junk at 20 times face. He'll take a best offer. He might even take 15. Dealers do not pay well for this, and premiums are very, very, very negative. So be very careful if you're buying 40%. You're waiting for better times. You're waiting, for Moses to walk out of the desert here with 40%. But it could happen, and it could happen. Actually, it could happen fast. So if the premium comes back on 90% to a positive premium, and you'll know it will when Eagles are garnering a $10 premium, you'll know 40% will catch up. Why? Because it's cheap and it's still silver, and the refiners will be done melting all of it, and they'll be ready for more, and they'll be paying more. But 40% is just the devil's butt of junk silver. So be very careful buying it. You just got to be a real believer. Let's see, in junk. You can be a believer in silver and not believe in junk or not believe in 40%. I'm getting tired. Okay, I'm talking too much. Here's numismatics here, slabbed Carson City Morgans, peace dollars. Good stuff, good stuff. That hasn't gone up a penny. Spot price has tripled, and the price of a numismatic is roughly the same as it was before. So if you don't like the price of bullion, buy some numismatics. I'm diversified into numismatics, and happy I did so. Okay, how about a kilo? Getting tired. Kilo. You can get some vintage kilos now at a good price. Look at that. 9 fine, 25.84. Scottsdale Reserve, 25.81. Random kilo, that's a half kilo. 25.58. Bullion.com's good seller. I should say Bullion Limited. Is it the same company? Yeah, I think so. Let's do the math here. 25.58. Can we get a spot? Dealers are not offering kilos at spot anymore. And boy, they are easy to sell. But you do take a haircut. what am I talking about? Divided by 32.15. Got to get to the gold. 79.54. I'm going to start over. I don't even know if I did that right. Hold on one second. 25.58. 25.58 times 0.97 equals your price, 24.81, divided by 32.15. Out the door, 77 bucks. So that's a push. That's a push. Silver's only at 74. Nah, I'm not buying that. How about a 100-ounce bar? Twist my arm. 100-ounce bar. 100-ounce bar is going for, I got to get off silver here, 50-ounce bars. Did you know? $48.99. 50-ounce bars bring a higher premium at the dealer than 100-ounce bars. That's the other thing I sold. 100-ounce bar, $78.34. Out the door, $76. Getting a little better, but I'm not impressed. You want to buy a shot? You can buy your shot right here. This is Scottsdale shot on eBay. $15.55. You can do the math, but that's probably a better deal than buying it from their website. And it's authenticated shot. And yes, the dealers will pay you $2 to $3 back a spot for shot, believe it or not. Save the world some energy and just keep it in shot form. It's amazing how people will, oh my God, the dealers, the mines will mine it, the refiners will refine it, the distributors will distribute it, the coin companies will mint it, they'll sell it, somebody else will sell it again, they'll sell it to someone, that someone will send it to PCS, they'll have it graded, it'll come back, it'll draw 69, it'll be, in the end, the slabs will be cracked, it will be thrown into a bucket and sent back to the refiner to start its journey all over again. So, hey, just buy shot. But if you like the nuance of the silver market, and you like fondling beautiful silver, I understand why you're buying the bars. Why did I go down that rabbit hole? I'm going to skip the platinum and go on to the gold. I got to do the gold fast. I'm making these videos way too long. We got a gold eagle, $4.94 minus discounts. We got a quarter-ounce gold eagle, $11.69. $11.69. Who are you? Small seller, 97% feedback. I showed you this one before. $11.69. Take about 35 bucks off. I think you'll beat the dealer with that one right there. Let's go on to the half-ounce gold eagle. Half-ounce gold eagle, $23.34. I have to do the math on that. $23.34 times 0.97 if you use that PayPal card. You'll be out the door at $22.63 for a half ounce of gold. $22.63 versus that guy right there is 22. Oh, it's a push. That's a push. Oh, we didn't do good right there. I don't know. How about the 1.85 big proof gold set? Haven't looked at that for a while. No, that's not dealing there. How about a gold buffalo? $46.68, 180 bucks off, puts you at about 45, under 45. That'll beat the dealer on a buffalo by 50 bucks or so. I'm not thrilled. How about a $5 commemorative? Great stacking coins. Are you in stock? Yeah, $10.94 minus 35 bucks. You'd be at about $10.60. The dealer is charging $10.60. That's a push. What's going on here? How about a 20 franc? 20 franc is going for $8.50. Out the door about $8.25. $8.25 versus the dealer on a 20 franc. $8.25 versus $8.32. Okay, 20 franc is a good deal. So if we get back to that one right there. Oh, wrong one. That one. 850. Oh, is he going to charge for shipping? No, free shipping. Big seller. Good feedback. There's a Helvetia. Beautiful coin. Rooster. No, that's a rooster. That's a rooster, not a Helvetia. Very nice. Maybe it's been cleaned. I don't know. It's possible it's been cleaned. But that's a good price for small fractional gold. Look at the math on this. 850, 850 times 0.97 equals your price out the door, 825, divide by 0.186. I don't know, I forget the fraction. 4420 on, what is it, 1.1867? 1867. I think I did the math wrong. Anyway, it's going to be very close to spot. That's a very pretty foreign fractional gold. So you may want to buy a small gold that way. Nothing wrong with that. Let's keep going here. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that one. I think I just got to wrap it up. You new guys, get a vacuum sealer. You'll be really glad you did. Here are the cards I recommend, from the Amex to the PayPal to the Quicksilver cards, all great cards. And monetary metals, I highly endorse buying some gold over there and earn 4%, up to 4% on your gold in gold. Even if gold goes down 5%, at the end of the first year, you'll be even. If gold goes up 10% a year for the next 10 years, you're going to more than double your stack. So as opposed to gold, which is a non-productive asset, but this is a way to make it a productive asset. And there's silver and former picks of the day. And don't forget the chat room. Thank you guys for the cups of coffee. I appreciate your support, for joining my membership channel. And I almost forgot. While I've been talking my head off here, and I'm just going to stop talking the rest of the day, I have a new silver piece to show you guys. And here it comes. Oh, I took yesterday off and poured some new silver. This is a 4-ounce silver seashell, and any channel members can pick this up at $250 over spot. This one is only 4 ounce, but I don't know if anybody's buying poured silver at these prices. Anyway, I'll make it beautiful for you. It's my own hand poured silver. 15-to-1 Silverworks is my brand. And if you'd like a silver seashell, email me, losinglouis@yahoo.com. Again, channel members only can get that for $450. I'm sorry, for $250 over spot at whatever time we lock the price. And I hope you enjoy that one. All right, guys, I'm going to knock out for the day. You have a wonderful day. Bye.